Yo, 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 welcome to the NS9 postgame show powered by Primanti Brothers. I'm your host, Anthony DiNardo. With me, of course, we have Ty. Tyler, we are celebrating a Pirates 5-4 victory today against the New York Yankees, getting the third win of the season. It was just an easy, carefree game today, right?
Exactly. I knew they were going to finally score over 4 runs.
Absolutely.
And scoring over 4 runs was all they needed.
Yeah.
Easy peasy.
Yeah. No stress. Andrew Heaney cruised right to the victory. All done. That's not what happened. We're here to tell you what happened today because, they got the W. I will say that. We're blessed today to talk about a victory. Folks, we are giving away 4 Primanti Brothers sandwiches, 2 winners. So go ahead and get those hashtag raise it in the comments as you see right next to Tyler on the graphic there. Comment hashtag raise it for your opportunity to win 2 free sandwiches from Primanti Brothers. But Tyler, where do you want to start with this game?
I don't know. Should we just talk about Andrew Heaney because he was awesome today?
Let's do that then, because that's where I anticipated on starting about an hour ago. So let's do that. Andrew Heaney makes his second start today, and he was fantastic. He goes 7, gives up 1 earned run, had 10 strikeouts, was just dominant, I felt. But you are the pitching Yinza, so let's hear your take on Andrew Heaney.
He was absolutely awesome today. He was able to mix pitches really well. He located great. You look at what he threw today. He pretty much mixed everything in. He was able to miss barrels no matter where the barrel is on the bat. We saw him
right.
We saw him run the slider. Man, the slider was awesome all day. He was able to go down and away to lefties. He ran it in on righties. He was just really, really good today. And actually, I thought Joey Bart called a heck of a game as well.
Yeah. I don't know how much more I could add to make that better, but you're absolutely correct. Like he did, he threw everything into everybody except for like the 2-seamer to lefties, more or less. That was it. But he was throwing everything to everyone. People were swinging and missing. I think he had almost a 27%. No, that was more. It was close. It was over 1 point. A 36% whiff rate. So yeah, 16 whiffs today. I mean, it was incredible. I mean, he came out just looking that way. Struck out Aaron Judge twice. I don't know what more to say. And again, he looked really good. Here's what I'll add. Here's something I do want to say. For everyone, and this isn't my dunk, it's 2 starts to the season. I understand that as well. But this is why there was excitement's not maybe the word, but you were happy on the Andrew Heaney signing. You knew what he's going to get you. He is a solid pitcher. He's been above average, right? Above league average starting pitcher for the past 2 years. He has stuff. He has swing and miss stuff, and today he showed all that. And this is also a reason why, especially for veterans, you don't worry so much about spring training results because they're doing what they need to do to work on to make sure they're doing this in the season. So again, Andrew Heaney just showing why that signing made a whole lot of sense. And they needed him to come up big today, and he certainly did. Now they almost found a way to lose still, but he not on his watch.
Yeah, it was an absolute clinic by him. And we saw some veteran leadership out of him too, whenever O'Neal Cruz plays the ball that we'll get to. But just like everything you saw out of him, he kept him off balance all day. Four whiffs with the fastball at 90 miles an hour. And the way he changes arm slots too, just everything about him was a pro's pro.
He looked good. He just looked good. And some of that was right down the middle too, by the way. They were just, they were completely fooled.
Yeah, had him fooled all day.
Yeah. So a great start by Andrew Heaney. And I'll say this part too, because he was pretty efficient. Through 6, 92 pitches was big help because, I mean, this bullpen, the way this bullpen has been, and a little bit of note, Colin Holderman to the IL now. Chase Sugar was called up, so we already know they're down Bednar. Now they're down Holderman. So, like, coming into the season, what you thought was your closer and your sit-up man gone, which had been a problem to your bullpen as well. So, there's a lot of uncertainty in this bullpen. 6 innings, to me, that's like, hey, you got me through 6. You need 9 more outs. Cool thing. And then Shelton said, 92 pitches. No, you can go out there again. I like that. I didn't expect it. Not this early as well. Yeah. But Shelton gave him the green light and said, go back out there, kid. We need 3 more outs. It's the bottom 3 of the order. Go take care of them. And he did.
Yeah. And really, he had to with the way this bullpen is constructed right now. The thing I really liked about it was he didn't look as strong in that 6th inning. It looked like it was starting to get a little bit of fatigue. Some of it might have been setting in there, but he goes out there and he just pitches the contact in that 7th inning. And I mean, I don't know what more we can say about him. That was just fantastic today. He was great.
It was 8 pitches in that 7th inning as well. Like, that's all he needed. So it's like, to me, that was a saving grace. Like, wow. I mean, I thought we needed just 9 outs from the bullpen, which is okay. Now they just needed 6 outs, or at least that's what we thought from the bullpen. So, like, kudos to Andrew Heaney for having a good start and an efficient enough start to go 7, on this date to allow the bullpen to, what we thought, save themselves a bit. And then let's keep it on the pitching side as well, because, like, Dennis Santana did come in also.
Mm-hmm.
That, I mean, he still looks pretty good.
Yeah, he pitched well today. And something to mention about that as well that I like that Derek Shelton did there. He brings him in the 8th inning. I probably expected Santana to cover a lot of these 9th innings with Holderman and Bednar both down. But I like going to Santana in that spot there because you have the top of the lineup there. You got Goldie, you got Bellinger, you got Aaron Judge. You probably don't want to go Barucki in that spot and put a lefty against those guys. I like going Santana in that situation. That part did work out, and Santana, I mean, he had a nice little bounce back spot. He's been solid, really. A few shaky outings, but
I feel we go back and forth, not so much on this, but I think it was more way back in the day, and I think there's some level of buying into the closer mentality. But at this point in time, you have no closer mentality. Like, there's no closer. There's no closer. So this is where I do like you're picking in your spots. Like you say, like, you probably want to give Dennis Santana the majority of the save opportunities, I would assume. But the toughest matchups was in the 8th inning, like you're talking about. That's where you want your guy to go right now. And then you give it to Barucki. You just need 3 outs. You expect them to get 3 outs. You know what I mean? Like, you're up by 3. But by that point in time, I'm with you. Like, Santana faced the tougher battle in the 8th inning opposed to just saving him for the 9th. So I do like that. And that's what I think you do with this team right now, because there is not an actual assigned closer. You're playing matchups. You're playing the order, like, everything. I'm with you. I didn't hate that by any means. I enjoyed it.
Yeah. And the next part that I liked about it is because they have Jazz coming up next. They have Volpe coming up. You got lefties coming up, and then you can go Barucki. It lines up so perfectly. It just kind of didn't work out in that way.
It didn't. It started to. I mean, Barucki, it seemed like he was going to get out there. He had the strikeout there to get the first out, and then things just unraveled for him. I want to ask you this, because I know this is some dialogue on here. Mm-hmm. Are you keeping him in, or are you pulling him before that last hit was made?
And we're talking about Barucki right here.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I think it was it Grisham that was up?
Yep.
In that spot. You had Ferguson up in the pen. I think there is an argument that you can make. Barucki looked like he was losing it. He was kind of all over the place. Command was just shot at that point. Mm-hmm. You have Ferguson, another lefty up. You probably want a lefty to come in to face Grisham there. They decide to keep Rookie in. Grisham just continues to kill the Pirates. And I mean, I think you can make a decent argument that you should go Ferguson there. The only reason that I would maybe not, or the only thing I could think of that he might not have done it is because you have the top of the order coming up there. And I don't know if you want Ferguson to face, Judge, Goldschmidt, Bellinger, any of those guys. So I think maybe that's what Shelton's thinking in that situation and why he ended up going Sugar when he did.
Mm-hmm.
I do think you probably could argue Ferguson might have been a better option in that spot.
That's where I'm torn as well. I mean, I'm at the side where, like, we need 3 outs. You're up by 3. You just can't let them score 3 runs. Like, it's on Brucky as well. Brucky's got to do his job, right? He's got to do his job. But this is a big opportunity to win a game. And, you're 2-7 coming into this. This could be either 3-7 or 2-8. I mean, I know it's early, right? We're talking record, but like, this is a big spot. You had this game won. You need this out. Is it Brucky or is it Ferguson? And I kind of trust Ferguson because Ferguson has looked really, really good also. Mm-hmm. And I think he's been in this situation, this spot, many more times than Ryan Brucky has. And Brucky has looked good. Like, I'm not going to take that away from him, but he's never had a save. He's how many times did he face this situation? And when's the last time he has been in this situation? He was pretty much out for all of last year as well. I'm kind of pulling the plug on Brucky there, and like, I'm getting this win. I'm chasing this win. Get in Ferguson. Let's get this W and get out of here.
Yeah. But I mean, at the end of the day,
pounding the table though. Like, this isn't like, oh, this is a terrible mistake and this is the worst thing in the world. Ryan Brucky's got to do his job.
At the end of the day, that's what it does come down to. You're a major league reliever. You need to be able to get 3 outs before you give out 3 runs. You got to do your job. So I'm not really going to complain too much about it. I probably would have liked to go Ferguson there, but you got to do your job, and they didn't do their job.
Yep, I agree. All right. So obviously we know what happened. It went into extras. The Pirates were up comfortably 4-1, and then it became 4-4, and they go in extras. And I don't know how. I do not know how the hell the Pirates escaped both of those innings in the 10th and the 11th without giving up a run. But they had some magic cooking because they did. They held this Yankees lineup to still just 4 runs to those. And it was sloppy baseball. There was no reason that should have happened, but they were able to do it. And of course they pulled out the walk-off hit with Tommy Pham. But yeah, like, those extra innings, Tyler, let's start off on this thing. We know IKF has his limits. He's not the worst shortstop. Well, we understand that. He just has his limitations at shortstop. And I think we've seen it quite a bit so far at the beginning of the year, today a few times. But he does make a good play on the ball. Fails to throw and reach first base, which he's done a few times. He had some bad throws as well. Doesn't reach. And Emmanuel Valdez is your first baseman.
Who is not
and it looked like he's your first baseman because he doesn't make the play. And like, this is just poor play.
Yeah, I mean, you have a guy playing shortstop that doesn't play shortstop and a guy playing first base who doesn't play first base. Things happen.
Yeah.
Both of them were in the wrong there. I mean, Valdez has to pick that, and
he does.
IKF, you can't make that throw. You need to make a better throw. That was in extras, correct? This game kind of became a blur at some point, and
it was.
Yeah, thankfully the Yankees didn't score on that, which I don't know how, but if you're a Yankees fan, you're probably not too happy right now.
I mean, at the same sense, you're a Yankees fan, you're looking pretty damn good. It's whatever. Yeah, you want to win that game, but come on.
Yeah, a lot of just kind of bad baseball there in extra innings, not moving runners over. Both teams a little shaky in the field, but hey, Pirates came out on top.
They did. Joey Wentz looked magnificent. Like a lot of the reasons why we're talking about how I don't understand how how the Yankees didn't score isn't really because of Joey Wentz. But he was doing his part once again. I mean, this is like the extra innings hero, I feel. He came out for, I think, what, three innings that one time in extras. Today he comes out and pitches fantastic. I think he's at a 56% K or whiff rate. Like just looked good. Yeah, 55. 6 whiffs on 11 swings.
Every time this guy goes out there and throws, he's effective. I don't know how he does it. He misses bats. The delivery's funky. Maybe the Pirates were right about the extension stuff. Maybe they were. Because Joey Wentz, every time he's out there anymore, he's effective. And maybe he's a guy that they need to use more in higher leverage situations as well.
He's earning them. I mean, today, think about both of those extra innings games he's pitched in. All of those were high leverage. I mean, you're starting, like, you always have a guy on second, no matter what. You know, he's looked good. He's pulled through it every time.
That's actually a really good point, because how many extra innings has he pitched in this year, and his ERA is still 1.23, and he's starting every inning with a guy on second. Like, he's
again, I think it was 3 the first time out.
Sounds right.
And then 1 today. So 4. And I think he allowed 1 earned run. Well, I guess it wasn't even earned, right? I think he allowed 1 run. Or maybe it was earned. He also earned. I don't know. But either way, it's a 1.23 ERA. This guy's coming in like just heated situations. And that's what I'm talking about also. Like, the Pirates didn't make it easy on him, right? They added stress to his line. Really not his fault. He pitched well, but they're doing stupid, numbskullish things in the field, and they're just making more stress onto him, and he escapes it. So, and again, the first inning, the 10th was Caleb Ferguson, who did look good. And again, maybe reason why you pull Brucky and put in Caleb Ferguson, because Caleb Ferguson has had a really, really good start to the season with the Pittsburgh Pirates. Still a 0 ERA. But then Joey Wentz comes in and he continues it, and he looked really good. 2 strikeouts in an inning, no hits, no walks.
Yeah, I mean,
stuff.
Pretty much everybody but Brucky had a pretty decent day pitching wise today. Brucky was he was kind of the anchor of the bullpen, pulling him down. But hey, is what it is. Would be a lot more angry about it if they hadn't came back.
Yep. And I guess just, again, kudos to Sugar. We didn't really talk to him, but he makes his debut, and like, he has to do it in that situation. It's like, well, this is on me now, guys. Like, we either win or we lose with me on the mound. What are we going to do? And he found a way to at least get it over to the extra innings to allow the Pirates to win. So big spot moment for him as well. Well, when he cleaned up for Brucky. But let's talk a little bit on the offensive side. So the bats, they came alive for a bit of time, enough that you thought you needed, especially that Andrew Heaney was pitching. So, I mean, they got to Warren actually pretty quick. Warren only lasted 4 innings, got knocked your starting pitcher out rather quickly. And again, they're up 4-1 at that point in time. You want to see more? They showed after that little spurt. It's almost like the Paul Skeens game. Like, this is like just mirrored. I felt like that Paul Skeens, the first outing with Paul Skeens. I mean, Paul looked really good, right? They have a lead, they blow it. That's like what this was. And the bats came alive enough in a moment of time during Paul Skeens' start, right? And that's how, like, today was. Like, the bats came alive, they scored the runs, had a comfortable lead, and you thought they were going to sail away for the victory. And that's not what happened. And the bats stayed cold for the rest of the time.
Yeah, it's a little bit too often during these games where even if they do score runs, it's coming in 1 inning. They haven't been able to get any extended offense through multiple innings really all year. But that inning, I liked a lot of what we saw. Brian Reynolds put a charge into a baseball, which we haven't seen him do much of to this point. Tommy Pham had a good at bat there with a sacrifice fly.
He did.
They did little things well that inning. They need to do it more often. Also, Brian Hayes, he does look solid at the plate right now. The numbers don't. Yeah, they kind of do show it now.
They're starting to normalize.
They're starting to get up there.
But they also should be way better. Hard.
Yeah, he does look healthy right now. And I thought he had another solid day at the plate as well.
He definitely did. He definitely did. I have nothing but good things to say about Brian Hayes at this point in time. Not the fact of he looks good to play. Like, again, the biggest thing I said coming into this year was like, if he is healthy, and that guy looks every bit of being healthy, which is great. And I hope that keeps up, because if he remains healthy, like, you see what he's doing now. And he's had some really good plays in the field also. Now, I know that one, we didn't talk too much about it, but when Brecky's on the mound, the one got by him in third. I mean, that's a tough, difficult play to make. But like, all in all, he's made some really good plays in the field. Last year, Tyler, he still was very good defensively, but like, it wasn't a Brian Hayes type of defensive year. And you saw there was some mistakes that you're looking at and saying, that's not Brian Hayes. Like, he always comes up with that. So far in these, limited games that have been played so far, he's looked good defensively, like really good, but he also looks really good at the plate. And that's, I think, the biggest thing, because even if he's not fully himself, he's going to give you all kinds of positive plays in the field defensively.
Yeah,
but
and
the bat,
he did make a nice play today in the field as well.
He did. Yep.
And like you said, he just looks healthy right now. He looks nimble. He looks quick. Just got to stay healthy. Well, our guy Jack's struggling.
Jack's not nimble or quick.
No, I'm talking about
Jack. But Brian, like, 2 hard hits today. Now, he only had 1 fall for a hit, but like, he's hitting the ball very, very hard. He's driving the ball too. Like, this isn't your typical Brian Hayes hitting the ball hard into the ground. It's really not what's happening here. Like, he's barreling the baseball. He's gotten really, really, really unlucky. And so unlucky that he actually got hit by a pitch the other day and the team couldn't challenge it. So he had to stay in there. Like, that's how unlucky Brian Hayes has been. He's literally getting hit by baseballs and cannot take his base. But yes, I have nothing but good things to say about Brian Hayes to start off this year. He's way healthier than I ever would have imagined.
Yeah. Keep knocking on the wood, man.
Keep doing it. Another guy looking good at the plate, O'Neill. Did so today. The one at bat, I felt like he kind of got aggressive, kind of expanded that strike zone, still ended up getting a hit, a double. So, like, kudos to O'Neill Cruz of the type of player he's becoming at the plate. But actually, it wasn't a double. That was a single, huh?
Yeah, it was a single.
I might be thinking about last night's hit, actually. Yeah, but
hard line drive though. Hit it too hard that he couldn't get an RBI out of it.
Yeah.
But yeah, he looks like he's just taking what's coming to him right now. Another walk, and those walks are starting to accumulate just because teams don't want to pitch to him.
I want to add something to that. That's also, like, I know people are saying it's almost like a knock, like, well, he's doing it because they're not allowing. Like, why would you throw to him? But in the same sense, that's still kudos to him. I mean, you got to be fearful. Teams fear him, so they're going to pitch around him. And in the same sense, you have to allow the balls to happen and not swing at them. And that's why I say, like, it seemed like Warren was going to pitch around him, and I think he kind of got aggressive. Yeah. And that's that bat I'm talking about. He probably could have walked, but hey, he ended up getting a hit. It made it go to 2 strikes, and he found a way to get good wood on the ball and make a hit. But he is allowing things to happen, like you mentioned. So, like, when people are pitching around him, he's not flailing and trying to make things too much. So, like, it is still kudos to O'Neill for allowing that to happen, because at the same side, like, they were doing the same thing last year too. It's not like this lineup was fearful last year that they were going to start pitch around a little bit. He was swinging though, at least early on in the year.
Yeah, and I mean, nobody knocked Barry Bonds for having a bunch of intentional walks either. At some point, your reputation means something, and he's a guy that can hurt you, and they're pitching to Brian Reynolds instead of him sometimes. So everything he's done at the plate has been really good. Jekyll and Hyde in the field, like Jim said in the comments here.
Yep.
Literally Jekyll and Hyde today.
You have to touch on it. Like, you have to. there's going to be growing pains, and I understand that. When you see him make that diving catch he made today, boy, oh boy, Tyler, like that's why we were talking early on in the year how he could maybe have some war added to his value, because defensively, the stuff that he can do, you make that diving catch, and that's a no Cruz. That's the talent he possesses. This is why you have some excitement about him being in center field. And then the very next play is why you say, oh God, well, that's O'Neal Cruz. And this is why he's frustrating to watch. You have to come up with that. My takeaway, I'll let you say, my takeaway on that though is I felt like you literally watched in real time his thought process. I want to go dive for that. And it was like, oh, I'm back off. So like, kudos for not trying to make that play. Kudos for allowing it to fall and then just make the catch and throw it in. But O'Neal, you have to make the catch to throw it in. Like you have to make that catch. I know it was a weird hop, and you're 6'7" and you're playing the outfield. You're playing grass for the first time. You got to come down with that.
You just got to cut it off. You can't let that thing get past you. That's a triple with, I think there were 2 outs at the time. That 2 outs there. Just hold them to a single on that play. Make them string together hits with 2 outs. You be a smarter baseball player in that instance. That's not a spot where you go sell out to try to make a play. Hold them to a single, make them string together enough hits that they can score some runs. It's bad baseball there. Plain and simple, it was bad baseball.
It was. And he's had a lot of that so far. It's frustrating. It's unfortunate. I was hoping to be better than this. And again, I understand and expected that there's going to be a learning curve. But that curve's got to tighten up quicker, because you can't, for as much as he's doing offensively and some of the spectacular plays he makes in the outfield, he's making too many of these that he's pretty much a net zero as far as like your return to this point in time. You can't let that happen. You can't have O'Neal Cruz just be a 0 WAR player, or like a 1 WAR player, at that. I mean, that's not this ain't gonna sustain, but like you can't be a 1 WAR player because of the defense. Right.
I hope it doesn't sustain, but yeah. I mean, but the other play he did make, he didn't get the best jump on it either, and he's just so athletic he was able to get to it. So, I mean, you give him kudos for that. Like you said, you got to tighten up this learning curve, and it's got to happen a lot quicker.
Yeah. Yeah. All in all, no one had multiple hits. Brian Hayes had the hit. Reynolds had the hit. O'Neal had a hit. And Manuel Valdez, Tommy Pham had the big hit to walk off of the game. So that was really, really good. Adam Frazier had a hit. Also, Adam Frazier had a really, really good defensive play. I think that was actually in the 9th inning.
I think that was Shugart on the mound. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think
he came up with a clutch play at second.
Was it Volpe? I believe it was Volpe that he hit a rocket. So yeah, that was huge.
Yeah. Frazier got good glove on it, had to do the whole spin, throw, got the out. Again, helped extend the game for the Pirates to win. So shout out to Adam Frazier with that. And then IKF also with a hit. IKF has looked good at the play. And I'll say this too, just to wrap this up kind of quick. And if you haven't so far, go ahead and put your hashtag, raise it in the comments for your opportunity to win 2 free Primanti Brothers sandwiches. I like IKF in the 9-hole. I like that's the perfect spot for him, I feel like.
I agree.
Now, if there's a better leadoff hitter, today it was Cabrini. I don't really hate that so much, the way Cabrini's playing. But I like IKF in the 9-hole. I think that should be his home.
I agree. I fully agree. It kind of turns the lineup over for you, takes some pressure off of him. We saw last year, he's not a leadoff hitter. He shouldn't have to be a guy that carries your offense, and you have to count on to be on base, but his at-bats have been really solid right now. And you have to like pretty much everything you've seen from IKF offensively. One of the few guys we can compliment.
Yeah. We know he doesn't strike out. I mean, that's one of the things we talk about with the trade. Like, he doesn't strike out. He's going to make contact. So again, like, he's not good for the leadoff hitter, but like this pseudo leadoff hitter, like sometimes some teams try to use the 9th hole for, right, till like your other leadoff hitter comes in. And again, if Cabrini's going to be your leadoff hitter, the way he's driving the baseball and stuff, the way IKF is starting to steal bases, he's not slow-footed by any means, right? I do really like the idea of IKF in your 9 hole. And so far, he's certainly been producing in that 9-hole as well. Shout out to Steel City DW for being a member for 7 months today and also gifting 10 memberships. So for all you new 10 new members here, you now have the emojis, early access. If you don't have the free membership from Steel City that was gifted, you can, for 99 cents, you can be a member if you want to. Go ahead, that join button below. But yeah, thanks a lot, Steel City.
Yeah, you're the man or woman. Either or.
So, anything else you want to talk about?
Just to touch on something real quick. The Jack Sawinski stolen base and extras. I know he probably scores there anyhow, but I mean, at that point, you make the outfield come in. If he's still at second, I don't know if they're able to get to the Tommy Pham hit. Probably not, but they're playing at a normal depth. Then maybe that doesn't drop and it's not a walk-off. It was a big play. So compliments to Sawinski there. His at-bats have been terrible lately. I know I've been kind of choo-chooing the train here for Jack. Really counting on him this year, but his at-bats have been bad. I know. I'm trying to talk my way into Jack being good this year, but good. Just a big spot there on the bases.
It was. To go back here, Jack did strike out today. His 11th strikeout on the year in 24 plate appearances. That first game he participated in, he looked really good. And I'm with you. We've been kind of pounding that Jack wagon that he's going to have a good year, and it hasn't looked that way. But if you're going to find yourself hurting the team, find ways to be productive and help the team. And that's exactly how I look at that stolen base. He found a way to be productive. That was huge. That changed everything. Now, I mean, again, like you said, like he could have scored, but now there's a lot of pressure now on the pitcher because now, like, there's the guy in third. This is it. I mean, this could end the game. The Yankees have to change everything the way they're playing right now. That was a huge stolen base by Jack Sawinski. So yes, kudos to him. But, buddy, start making some contact at the plate also.
We really need you here at the plate.
We really do. We need you to be productive at the plate, not as the ghost runner in the 10th inning or the 11th inning, you know?
Right.
That's where we want you to be productive at.
But all right. I think that's all I got for today's game.
Cool. Well, then let's give away some sandwiches.
Let's do it.
So here is your last opportunity. I guess I forgot I gotta actually present this too. This is my first time giving away sandwiches this year.
I don't remember if I've done it yet or not. I think I have. Let's see if Denardo remembers how to do this.
I remember how to do it. I just forgot that I needed to do it. So we currently have 125 entries. So as we always do, here's your last opportunity. I'm going to talk my way to prolong this to give you that chance to hit your enter on your hashtag raise it. If you haven't already, like, subscribe. We have a Patreon account. If you want to be a member of Patreon, the link's in there as well. $4.99 a month. Get some really, really cool perks. We have a giveaway every month. Members on YouTube, 99 cents. Go ahead and click that button. You get all your emojis as you see at the bottom here as Jim puts out the Primanti Brothers sandwiches. So, guys, that gained us 4 more. 129 entries. Let's make our first drawing. Ooh, 130 entries now. Who's going to be, Tyler?
I don't know. Probably Paul.
I saw Paul. Penn!
That's fitting.
Shout out to Penn. Also the man. He's always in the chat sending supers, commenting. Unfortunately, Penn's guy Triola was unable to perform today. So, but hey, you won some Primanti Brothers sandwiches. You know the deal. Go ahead and message us, DM us wherever at. All I need is your email address. And then we'll get you those out. But yeah, all you have to do, guys, this is the cool thing too this year. You just have to download the Primanti Brothers app. It's all being done digitally. So you download the app, give us your email. We'll make sure those get out to you that way. You ready for our next drawing, Tyler?
I'm ready.
So cool stuff. So Penn's our first winner. He gets 2 sandwiches.
Well deserved.
The last winner, Ryan Walker. Congrats. I saw Ty Ty's dad.
Ty Ty's dad did not win. Sorry.
Was that your dad?
Oh, it probably was. I'm sure I'll hear about it.
Nice. Ryan Walker, same thing. Go ahead and message us. Give us your email address. We'll make sure you get those 2 free sandwiches put into your app for you electronically, digitally, so that way you can go into Primanti Brothers and get your free food. But Ty, I think that's it for today.
That's it for today. It's good to end the week on a good note, at least.
It is.
And not complain the entire time. It was nice.
Very good. Very good. So we will return tomorrow in the morning. Bucko Brew. Jim and I will be on. And then actually, you know what? I didn't even look at the schedule. Do they play tomorrow?
I believe so. I haven't looked that far ahead yet either.
Yeah, they do. St. Louis.
Yeah, St. Louis.
So they do play tomorrow. Cardinals will have the post-game show afterwards as well. Hey, maybe we can start a winning streak. Maybe. NL Central team, though. The Cardinals. Matthew Liberatore versus Carmen Majinski.
Yeah, we'll see.
There we go.
Majinski can bounce back.
It would be nice. All right. As always, we appreciate you all. We love you all. We'll see you again tomorrow twice. Bye-bye.
Peace out, Girl Scouts.
All right, that wraps up this episode of North Shore 9. Thanks so much for tuning in. Whether you're listening on the podcast or catching us on YouTube, if you enjoyed the show, please give this video a thumbs up and don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. It really helps us grow. And if you're listening on the podcast, a quick review goes a long way in helping others find the show. Plus, be sure to tell a friend about us. There's always room for more here in the NS9 community. And for those looking to support us a little more, consider joining our Patreon, become an MVP member, and get exclusive perks while helping us continue to bring you more of the Pirates content you love. Thanks again for all your support, and let's go Bucs.